Let's try this shit again. Now let's see if we can do this shit again. Truth in plain sight.
Able to find yourself a place within the organization?
I'm personally overseeing the distribution of vaccine.
All through the proper intermediaries, of course.
Intermediaries?
We have a great number of agencies who in turn operate other agencies. Boxes stacked one in another. They'll need to be reactivated, but we never touch anything directly. We only influence, suggest, insinuate.
The world must know by now, Everett, what we've done.
Know what? Only that the long night is over. The crown of government is tarnished, but that will fade in time. In the end, all sins are forgiven, even yours.
What about the constructor and Helios?
Do you really think they're ready for that? After everything you've seen, everything you've done?
No. Not yet.
But soon. We have made our own mistakes, became insulated from the world we sought to control. But that will change, and you will help us change even as we teach you.
And who are we? Who are we really?
We are the invisible hand. We are the Illuminati. We come before and after. We are forever. And eventually, we will lead them into the day.
Year 2000, the landscape of role-playing games was forever changed with the release of Deus Ex by Ion Storm. Setting the standard for cyberpunk RPGs, the game places players in a bleak future where conspiracy theories aren't whispered in dark corners, but rather they are the foundation of the world's very existence. In today's video, we'll uncover the narratives of a few of these conspiracies within the game and draw parallels to their real-world counterparts. The Illuminati in Deus Ex are not simply a secretive group, but rather they were the architects of chaos and order. In the game, the Illuminati were driven into hiding by an offshoot of the main group called Majestic 12. The game weaves the Illuminati into its story subtly yet effectively. However, the game doesn't delve much into the Illuminati and their doings, as we find them on the brink of collapse during the game's events. The historical Illuminati, established in Bavaria during the Enlightenment, was a group seeking to undermine religious influence on society. They were active only for a short period, from 1776 to 1785, but their legacy has taken a life of its own, evolving into a group believed to wield immense power behind the scenes. In Deus Ex, the Illuminati offers aid to J.C. Denton, the main character of the game, as he attempts to uncover the conspiracy behind a man-made plague and the organization hell-bent on distributing it and taking over the world. Introduced in Deus Ex as a renegade faction of the Illuminati, Majestic 12 utilizes advanced technology and political power to maintain and advance their influence within the world. This group finds its roots in actual conspiracy lore. Allegedly created in 1947 by United States President Harry S. Truman, Majestic 12 was tasked with investigating extraterrestrial technology. However, the Majestic 12 in the world of Deus Ex is more of a paramilitary group, with its only objective being to advance the interests of its leader, Bob Page. Despite skepticism around the legitimacy of Majestic 12 in reality, their existence in Deus Ex is beyond question, as they are the main enemy of the game. Lastly, we delve into a few more of Deus Ex's conspiracy theories. I decided to group them into this section just for the video's sake.
The entire executive branch is handpicked. 19 of the last 23 U.S. presidents have been members of the Trilateral Commission. The Trilateral Commission is financed by the Rockefellers and the Rothschilds.
This theory states that democracy is only a guise, as in reality, the presidency is not picked by the people, but rather those higher up who wish to protect their interests. And of course, the Rockefellers and Rothschilds are pulled into this one too. The Trilateral Commission is an independent global entity that works to encourage stronger collaboration among North America, Western Europe, and Japan. This organization was primarily established in July of 1973 by David Rockefeller. Notable members include George H.W. Bush, Carter, and Jeffrey Epstein, described as an enthusiastic member of the Trilateral Commission. Other than that, there isn't much evidence or proof to this conspiracy.
Need I remind you that in the case of a national emergency, FEMA has a list of 6 million Americans who will be transported to detention centers?
REX 84 is an abbreviation of Readiness Exercise 1980, which was a secret plan created by the United States federal government. Its purpose was to detain a considerable number of U.S. citizens perceived as threats to national security if a national emergency were declared by the president. The existence of this plan first came to light through an article by reporter Alfonso Chardi, published in July 5th of 1987 as an issue of the Miami Herald. The conspiracy theory alleges that Rex 84 is still in use to this day and that people are still being added to it. Moreover, the conspiracy theory states that many cities or camps are being built around the United States to house all people listed on the Rex 84 list. As we step back from this dense network of conspiracies, it's clear that the allure of Deus Ex isn't solely in its innovative gameplay or compelling narrative, but in its nuanced blend of real-world anxieties and speculative fiction. Deus Ex encourages players to question the world around them, to delve into hidden truths, and to confront the potential realities of the conspiracy theories we often tend to dismiss. It serves as a timeless reminder of our collective fears and the power of the truths we choose or choose not to seek. Deus Ex stands as more than just a landmark in gaming history. It is a profound exploration of our societal anxieties and our relentless pursuit of truth, however concealed or complex it might be.
Yup.
Solid 2 in the past, I have never given full analytic attention to this specific moment. The main reason why is because somebody has already...
Hold on, wait. Let's go to Metal Gear real quick. I think it should be this one, right?
Able to find yourself a place within the organization?
No. It was this, wasn't it?
Casey Dutton, 23 years old. No residence. No ancestors. No employer. No. How do you know who I am? I must greet each visitor with a complete summary of his file. I am a prototype for a much larger system. What else do you know about me? Everything that can be known. Go on. Do you have proof about my ancestors? You are a planned organism, the offspring of knowledge and imagination, rather than of individuals. I'm engineered, so what? My brother and I suspected as much while we were growing up. You are carefully watched by many people. The unplanned organism is a question asked by nature and answered by death. You are another kind of question with another kind of answer. Are you programmed to invent riddles? I am a prototype for a much larger system. The heuristics language developed by Dr. Everett allows me to convey the highest and most succinct tier of any pyramidal construct of knowledge. How about a report on yourself? I was a prototype for Echelon 4. My instructions are to amuse visitors with information about themselves. I don't see anything amusing about spying on people. Human beings feel pleasure when they are watched. I've recorded their smiles as I tell them who they are. Some people just don't understand the dangers of indiscriminate surveillance. The need to be observed and understood was once satisfied by God. Now, we can implement the same functionality with data mining algorithms. Electronic surveillance hardly inspires reverence. Perhaps fear and obedience, but not reverence. God and the gods were apparitions of observation, judgment, and punishment. Other sentiments were secondary. No one will ever worship a software entity peering at them through a camera. The human organism always worships. First, it was the gods. Then, it was fame, the observation and judgment of others. Next, it will be the self-aware systems you have built to realize truly omnipresent observation and judgment. You underestimate humankind's love of freedom. The individual desires judgment. Without that desire, the cohesion of groups is impossible. And so is civilization. The human being created civilization, not because of a willingness, but because of a need to be assimilated into higher orders of structure and meaning. God was a dream of good government. You will soon have your God, and you will make it with your own hands. I was made to assist you. I am a prototype of a much larger system. I was made to assist you.
He said, you will have your God, but
Welcome
you will make
home,
it
Mr.
with your
Jensen.
own hands.
Welcome home, Mr. Jensen. You have new messages.
Apparently that's not all I have. Make yourself at home, boss.
It's a fucking mess out there, Adam. Seen the news? Picus is telling everyone we're breeding super soldiers. Taggart's at the convention center right now, urging the UN to investigate.
Is it true?
Of course not.
Except for the Typhoon, right? And a few of those defense contracts.
What?
Oh, and let's not forget the fact that Megan's team was kidnapped right before her research went public. How do you explain that one, boss?
I wanted people to see that research. Megan was on the brink of something historic. Something that would have catapulted this company to the top of the Fortune 500. Her kidnappers knew it. They knew exactly where her research would take us. And they refused to let anyone else have that much power.
Anyone else? Eliza was right. You do know more than you've told me.
I suspected. But these people? They're like ghosts. Always in the shadows. Always hiding behind lies and proxies.
Who are they?
Well, a name won't mean much. They'll use whatever one suits their interests. Sometimes it's the Masons. Sometimes the Bilderberg Group. They've had a finger in every corporation, organization, or government initiative that's defined modern society.
You're talking about the Illuminati?
It's no joke. They're organized and they operate over and above society.
You're serious? So why would the Illuminati kidnap Megan's team?
I already told you. Megan found a way to make augmentation safer for all of us. So we can all become like you.
Like me?
Like... you are. More than human. We've got to get him back, Adam.
You said Taggart is speaking at the convention center right now?
Bitch even sent me an invite.
His aide, Sandoval, is neck deep in this.
I don't know where Sandoval is, but Taggart will. Adam, we've got to handle this delicately. We don't know Taggart is involved, and we can't afford another punch in the face. I'm trusting you with this one.
Mr. Jensen, how ironic that you should be the one to save us from the monsters out there.
Monsters, Taggart? You mean people? Augmented people who've lost all control, lost their reason.
Isn't that supposed to be my line? Unfortunately, it seems your esteemed Mr. Darrow decided to appropriate my point and turn it back on me. In madness and in blood. He has betrayed us all.
So you finally admit it. You are part of this, after all. You have been all along.
It would be pointless to deny anything now, but despite what you think of us, we never wanted augmentations outlawed. All we've ever sought is regulation, rules governing how the technology is developed, and laws that ensure its use for the good of society.
You've raised society above humanity. So who gets to make those rules?
Men with wisdom, strength, and tenacity to know what's right. Proven leaders who distinguish themselves like you, Mr. Jensen. You've certainly earned the right to be one of us. All you have to do is take it.
I'm not looking for glory, Taggart.
Just remember that without control, there's no room for freedom, only anarchy. You were a policeman once. You know the importance of order.
I know there's a difference between order and slavery.
The biochip wasn't supposed to force people to do anything. It merely limited powers so that people couldn't go on killing sprees like the ones taking place right now.
Amazing how well that worked out.
Say what you will, but I know that some part of you agrees with me. Absolute freedom is no different than absolute chaos. Society needs boundaries if it has any hope of surviving, and you, Mr. Jensen, can be the one to give us that hope. Shut down Darrow's signal, then help me get a message out saying that an accident at VersaLife contaminated the world's neuropozyne supply.
VersaLife? And what if I decided to blame the Illuminati?
The Illuminati is just a name to get rich financiers to invest more money. Besides, do you really think the world will believe in some 18th century conspiracy theory? Do this for us, and you'll ensure a future for mankind, all of mankind, augmented or otherwise. The future Hugh Darrow offers doesn't allow for both.
Let me think about it. All of this is as much your fault as it is Darrow's. You and your cabal.
Perhaps. But all we sought was a safety valve, Mr. Jensen, a means of making sure the world would never spin out of control. The potential of this technology is great, but as we've seen, its potential for destruction is even greater.
Your doomsday scenario doesn't impress me. Would say anything to stay in power.
Do you think humanity will simply police itself? We do not live in some Eden, Mr. Jensen. Or are you that much like your boss, David Seraph, who envisions a world where everyone is enhanced and suddenly they all love each other? There will always be a need for methods of control.
And conveniently, in your future, the Illuminati will hold the reins.
Not directly. There are organizations already in place that are better equipped to handle certain things, the UN, for instance.
Reimagined, no doubt.
At least somewhat. And this technology will be a great part of it. Imagine, Mr. Jensen, a world governed by common principles. The end to international power struggles, to terrorism. These things can be accomplished if you join us.
Choke him. Choke them out. Now that was Deus Ex. Now let's get on to Metal Gear. Is it this?
Make a little sense. Switch over to nano communication so nobody can listen in.
Yes, sir.
No, in Metal Gear, the Illuminati is called the Patriots.
Do you read me, sir?
Yes.
Mr. President, it's my understanding that the terrorists have managed to input the code sequence necessary for launching a nuclear strike.
That's correct. I punched the sequence in myself.
You're working for them?
If you asked me 2 hours ago, my answer would have been yes. Right now, they're keeping me alive until my vital signs are reconfirmed.
They betrayed you?
I wouldn't quite put it that way. I wanted power. They sought destruction.
But why stoop to terrorism?
I wanted absolute power.
But you're the president. You have power.
No, I'm just a figurehead.
Huh?
I don't have any control. The real power is in the Patriots' hands.
The Patriots?
The truth behind this country. I'm not surprised you've never heard of them. Very few are aware of their existence, even among those with code word clearance.
Huh?
Politics, the military, the economy, they control it all. They even choose who becomes president. Putting it simply, the Patriots rule this country.
No.
Hard to believe, isn't it? But it's the truth. The space defense, income tax reduction, and national missile defense programs. Every policy that's been credited to me was actually done according to their instructions.
Space defense was initiated by Congress.
That's what the Patriots want the country to believe. It's all a show. Democracy is just a filler for textbooks. Think about it. Do you actually believe that public opinion influences the government?
No.
This country is shaped and controlled as the Patriots see fit. The people are shown what they want to believe. What you call government is actually a well-staged production aimed at satisfying the public.
Huh?
Don't look at me like that. I'm legally sane, you know.
It's not your sanity that worries me.
The Patriots. Even I don't know who the actual members are. Are they financial, political, or military leaders? No one knows who the Patriots really are. Even my instructions come from a cutout. All I've been told is that every key decision is made by a group of 12 men, known as the Wise Men's Committee.
Your office? The White House?
Merely puppets, pawns in a game. By pledging my loyalty, an insignificant son of a senator was awarded the presidency. Of course, that wasn't the only price I had to pay.
What do you mean?
Even if a pawn becomes a queen, it is still just a playing piece. I wanted to leave my own mark in history, but my ambitions were... You'll understand someday. to be a member of the Patriots. I wanted to wield the power of a king instead of being an expendable pawn.
And that justifies acts of terrorism?
Yes. I'd intended to use the new Metal Gear as a bargaining chip.
Bargaining chip?
But I underestimated Solidus. He actually wants to challenge the Patriots, even if it means the destruction of the world.
What are you saying?
Whether you believe it or not, the balance of power rests in the hands of the Patriots. They regulate the country's various interests through controlled presentation, staging a drama that is palatable to the general masses. Can you imagine what would happen if they ceased to function? Picture a massive political vacuum, a space that every powermonger will try to fill for their own greedy ends. I'm talking about an unregulated power struggle, panic, civil war, chaos. Like it or not, the Patriots is an organization that must continue to exist.
So you changed your mind because you wanted to avoid global chaos.
Exactly. When told Solidus that I wished to prevent disaster, he replied that pawns can never become players.
And who is this Solidus?
My predecessor, George Sears. That was the name the public came to know him by. I knew him by his code name, Solidus Snake. He was the third snake, preceded by Solid and Liquid, a survivor of the Les Enfants Terribles project. Neither solid nor liquid. He was a well-balanced masterpiece that the Patriots saw it fit to entrust with the presidency. However, he fell out of grace with the organization 4 years ago. When acting on his own, he started an incident.
4 years ago? Shadow Moses.
That's right. At the time, the DARPA chief, Donald Anderson, together with certain influential parties, initiated the development of Metal Gear Rex and an advanced nuclear warhead. However, this did not fall in line with the Patriots' plans. What's more, Solidus decided on his own to send his most trusted man, Ocelot, to provoke Liquid Snake, bringing about the said incident. As a result, he succeeded in obtaining Rex and the data on the warhead. But in doing so, he ended up revealing the existence of both Rex and the Genome Army, a blunder that earned him the wrath of the Patriots. Shortly thereafter, Solidus was removed from the presidential office.
I thought he resigned.
That's the story given to the general public. Following his resignation, the Patriots selected me, their new pawn, for the presidency.
But that would mean that the presidential race was...
That was quite a show, wasn't it? It was a well-scripted drama staged by the Patriots for the benefit of the public. Even the Democrats and Republicans were dancing to the Patriots' tune. Everything went according to plan, but for one exception. Following his resignation, Solidus' health was scheduled to fail him, bringing about his untimely death.
Capped?
Correct. But before the Patriots could execute their plot, Solidus went underground with the help of Ocelot. As he avoided pursuit, Solidus gained control of Dead Cell, winning over Colonel Galukovich's outfit. From there, he bided his time, knowing that his opportunity would soon arrive.
What opportunity?
The completion of the new Metal Gear project, an opportunity that would even his odds against the Patriots. By stealing the Patriots' most valued project, he would be able to place them in a very uncomfortable position. It's the only chance he has for survival. Once he has the new Metal Gear, he'll declare war against the Patriots. Needless to say, he must be stopped.
Metal Gear is already operational.
No, not yet.
Huh?
What you saw was Metal Gear Ray, hijacked 2 years ago from the Marines by Ocelot. That was not the new Metal Gear.
Then where's the new Metal Gear?
Right here.
What?
You're standing in it. To be more precise, this entire big shell facility is the new Metal Gear.
What'd you say?
No, I'm quite serious. The upper structure that you've seen is camouflage, designed to represent an offshore cleanup facility. The main structure extends from the foundation all the way down to the ocean floor. The connecting elevator is located on the B2 floor of the Shell 1 core. Arsenal Gear. That's the code name for the new Metal Gear.
Arsenal?
That's right. Arsenal. We're talking about an impregnable fortress carrying a load of over 1,000 missiles, including nuclear warheads, all protected by a horde of mass-produced Metal Gear Ray units.
Mass-produced?
The Ray unit was originally designed for the Marines to be used as a countermeasure against the Metal Gear variations throughout the world. The Patriots had Ray redesigned to protect the new Arsenal Gear.
So So now anti-Metal Gears are guarding a Metal Gear.
Ironic. That's not all. Arsenal Gear has full access to the military's tactical network, giving it the ability to exercise absolute control over our nation's armed forces, not to mention our nuclear armament. In short, Arsenal was created to be the core of our country.
What kind of idiotic weapon?
Weapon? No. You're not seeing the full picture. Arsenal Gear is more than just a military tool. It is a means to preserve the world as it is. It will establish a new form of control. The patriots will use it to keep their place as the country's true rulers. Right now, they feel pressured and threatened.
By what?
They fear an overabundance of digital information. The world will drown in the coming flood of information, and they along with it.
Yup. Now we go to one more video. Still talking about Metal Gear.
Metal Gear Solid 2 in the past, I have never given full analytic attention to this specific moment. The main reason why is because somebody has already done so. My all-time favorite YouTube video is titled The Most Profound Moment in Gaming, MGS2 AI Conversation Analysis. Though it was released almost 9 years ago by its creator, Logo Steve, I pondered for a while how I might do a better job than he did. However, given our current cultural context, I believe I have a few other worthwhile things to contribute. The advent of subjects like fake news, the resurgence of rampant political correctness, and our tendency towards online tribalism has imbued this conversation with a much denser sense of meaning. To those who consider themselves gamers but have never played a Metal Gear Solid game, you are obligated to at least listen to this final conversation. Not only will you be enlightened by its philosophical commentary, but you will be terrified by its implications, as I have been for my entire life.
Yep, I was terrified when I heard it.
Right, are you receiving? We're still here.
How is that possible? The AI was destroyed.
Only GW.
Who are you?
To begin with, we're not what you'd call human.
You look lost.
Over the past 200 years, a kind of consciousness formed layer by layer in the crucible of the White House. It's not unlike the way life started in the oceans 4 billion years ago. The White House was our primordial soup, a base of evolution. We are formless. We are the very discipline and morality that Americans invoke so often. How can anyone hope to eliminate us? As long as this nation exists, so will we.
Up until the end of the game, the main character Raiden believed he was receiving orders from a man named Colonel Roy Campbell, a man who was also Solid Snake's commander throughout Metal Gear Solid 1. At the end of Metal Gear Solid 2, Raiden learned that his colonel was in fact an artificial intelligence, manipulating Raiden to perform its political bidding. The bidding in question refers to the AI's desire to control the human race by controlling the spread of information via the press and the internet, but we'll focus on that more in a moment. During the first part of this conversation, the audience learns how this AI came to be, and surprisingly, it is similar to the way human beings as a species came to be. Unlike the origin of human life in the oceans, the AI's quote-unquote life had its basis in American idealism, hence the AI's referencing of the White House as a symbol. In the mind of the AI, their purpose is to push forward American values, things like freedom, equality, and healthy competition. However, Raiden points out what should be an obvious contradiction in the AI's thought process, that the AI wants to take away those freedoms via censorship.
Cut the crap! If you're immortal, why would you take away individual freedoms and censor the net?
Jack, don't be silly.
Don't you know that our plans have your interests, not ours, in mind?
What? Jack, listen carefully, like a good boy.
Not only are the AI about to argue for the ethics of controlling information, they're going to do so in a very condescending manner. As we move on, I suggest that you, the listener, pay attention to how the AI demeans Raiden. Their pomposity is intrinsic to the effectiveness of their future argument.
The mapping of the human genome was completed early this century. As a result, the evolutionary log of the human race lay open to us.
We started with genetic engineering, and in the end, we succeeded in digitizing life itself.
But there are things not covered by genetic information.
What do you mean?
Human memories, ideas, culture, history.
Genes don't contain any record of human history.
Is it something that should not be passed on? Should that information be left at the mercy of nature?
We've always kept records of our lives, through words, pictures, symbols, from tablets to books.
But not all the information was inherited by later generations. A small percentage of the whole was selected and processed, then passed on. Not unlike genes, really.
That's what history is, Jack.
What the AI is trying to do here is illustrate how genes function similar to how memes function. If genes are, quote, a unit of heredity which is transferred from a parent to offspring and is held to determine some characteristic of the offspring, then a meme is something like an ethic, a fact, or an opinion that later generations inherit. Like genes, memes are also subject to a process called natural selection. If certain organisms are better adapted to their environment than others, then their genes are passed on to the next generation while others have the potential to die off. Similarly, if certain memes seemingly hold enough meaning or logic, then supposedly they survive better than memes that do not. What distinguishes memes from genes is the nature of the selection process. Genes are more or less subject to the amoral discretion of nature, but memes can be analyzed and weeded out via moral discretion. However, the AI will now illustrate how the natural selection of memes bears a unique problem in the internet age compared to the past few centuries.
But in the current digitized world, trivial information is accumulating every second, preserved in all its triteness, never fading, always accessible.
Rumors about petty issues, misinterpretations, slander.
All of this junk data, preserved in an unfiltered state, growing at an alarming rate.
It will only slow down social progress, reduce the rate of evolution.
Prior to the internet age, information was curated. We read about the news in newspapers, watched the news on TV, and it was all funneled to us after passing through a, hopefully, professional body. Granted, there was a greater potential for curators such as journalists, editors, and academics to manipulate information to fit their various political biases, but at least there was some form of selection process going on. In the age of the internet, however, information is released so fast that it is impossible to control the discussion. Instead of listening exclusively to reporters, we are left to our own devices to derive what is valuable, except unlike the curators in the pre-digital age, the general population does not know how to separate the wheat from the chaff. We will focus on small, trivial issues like a celebrity's love life, rather than macro issues, such as the cumulative monetary debt of the Western world. We will only listen to news sources that confirm our pre-existing political leanings and ignore any challenging voices. If it sounds like I'm engaging in apologetics for censorship, I am not. I would never censor information under any circumstances. But what does one do in respect to the destructive influence of human bias? The AI goes on to propose a solution.
Right. You seem to think that our plan is one of censorship.
Are you telling me it's not?
You're being silly. What we propose to do is not to control content, but to create context.
Create context?
The AI argues that because they are not prone to human error and have inner CPUs with greater processing power than the human brain, they would know how to curate information and present it to the human race in a way that doesn't slow human evolution. Unlike your average political body, which might censor information that is inconvenient to their cause, the AI would simply present information in the most factual way possible so that political bias would not intervene, thus cooling political tensions across the political spectrum. Of course, if something like the AI censorship program came into place, ethical questions would arise regarding whether or not this compromises human freedom, specifically our quote-unquote free will. Ideally, human beings should have the autonomy to make their own decisions, no matter what mistakes may follow. In response, the AI argues why the problems that arise from that freedom supposedly necessitate censorship.
The digital society furthers human flaws and selectively rewards development of convenient half-truths. Just look at the strange juxtapositions of morality around you.
Billions spent on new weapons in order to humanely murder other humans.
Rights of criminals are given more respect than the privacy of their victims.
Although there are people suffering in poverty, huge donations are made to protect endangered species. Everyone grows up being told the same thing.
Be nice to other people.
But beat out the competition.
You're special. Believe in yourself and you will succeed.
But it's obvious from the start that only a few can succeed.
You exercise your right to freedom, and this is the result. All rhetoric to avoid conflict and protect each other from hurt.
Here, the AI illustrates the various ways in which human error corrupts truth. That human error arises from an instinctual drive to protect ourselves emotionally and physically, which truth tends to threaten. For instance, let's say a religious fundamentalist is confronted with various scientific truths that challenge their worldview. Let's say the fundamentalist loses faith when confronted by those truths. What happens psychologically is that because the fundamentalist no longer has a belief system to make sense of the world, they are thrown into a mental pit of confusion and resentment. That loss of structure and certainty is so painful to the ideologue that it seems it would be better to avoid that feeling at all costs. This instinct is endemic to almost all human beings. This is why we separate ourselves into political tribes and won't consider the ethical implications of our positions. For instance, is it right to be pro-choice or pro-life? Instead of considering the validity of either side's argument, the pro-life crowd will chastise the pro-choice crowd as being on par with murderers, and the pro-choice crowd will chastise the pro-life crowd as being misogynist, religious zealots that want to control women. These low-resolution assumptions exacerbate tensions between political parties and can potentially lead to violent conflict. Most people will avoid these difficult conversations to preserve order, but if you ignore them long enough, political positions become cemented, and people will kill each other before they admit that they're wrong about something. The AI then present a future where human bias corrupts the flow of information.
The untested truths, spun by different interests, continue to churn and accumulate in the sandbox of political correctness and value systems.
Everyone withdraws into their own small gated community, afraid of a larger forum. They stay inside their little ponds, leaking whatever truth suits them into the growing cesspool of society at large.
The different cardinal truths neither clash nor mesh. No one is invalidated, but nobody is right.
Not even natural selection can take place here. The world is being engulfed in truth.
And this is the way the world ends, not with a bang, but a whimper.
As we saw in the 20th century, whether it is with Hitler's fascism or Stalin and Mao's communism, the ideologically possessed would rather kill millions in the name of their ideology rather than consider the arguments of their political opponents. We see this type of attitude in its nascent stages in the digital age, whether it's calling everybody who disagrees with you a racist, sexist, homophobic Nazi, or a West-hating communist. This attitude is pervasive throughout social media, forums, and comment sections. This type of inflammatory language has further polarized our political climate and has resulted in violent clashes. In the mind of the AI, this is due to the fact that we insulate ourselves by staying inside our little ponds and casting all outsiders and dissidents as bad people. If this continues to happen, who knows what violent, oppressive future might manifest? Unlike the reality of MGS2, where a supposedly benevolent AI can make the hard decisions for us, our reality might become a sort of Orwellian nightmare, which the AI wants to prevent.
We're trying to stop that from happening.
It's our responsibility as rulers. Just as in genetics, unnecessary information and memory must be filtered out to stimulate the evolution of the species.
And you think you're qualified to decide what's necessary and not?
Absolutely. Who else could wade through the sea of garbage you people produce, retrieve valuable truths, and even interpret their meaning for later generations?
That's what it means to create context.
I want to remind you all that Metal Gear Solid 2 came out in 2001. This game was warning us about the advent of fake news, misinformation, and half-truths roughly 2 decades before the issue captured our collective attention. Worse yet, not only do the AIs describe a potentially dystopian future for both our reality and the reality of the game, but they also make us inadvertently realize that we currently have no constructive solution to the problem. The only tactic available at the moment is for individuals to strengthen their moral compass and call out misinformation where possible. However, given humanity's inherent imperfection, even the best of us are prone to mistakes. Worse yet, instead of bolstering the best among us despite their mistakes, we will feverishly exacerbate the mistakes of our opponents for political gain. We see this quite vividly in what has been aptly termed call-out culture. For instance, it is thanks to this culture that there is no host for the Oscars this year. It is thanks to this culture that people will be fired from their job over a tweet they made 10 years ago. A person might even be fired for a tweet that was taken out of context when said person did nothing wrong whatsoever. Worst of all, it is thanks to this culture that we will elect politicians not based on their ethics or policies, but on how effectively they can punch the other side. And let me re-emphasize, we have no solution to this problem. In the reality of Metal Gear Solid 2, however, a hypothetical solution is presented. Because people abuse the responsibility that comes along with freedom of speech and expression and would rather attack people than their ideas, a system that controls information must be set up, supposedly for our own good. The AI go into more detail regarding this solution as the conversation goes on. However, that analysis will have to be saved for the second part of this video. Thank you so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, yeah. But we already know because we're living out the shit. We're already living out the motherfucking part 1 and part 2. I did not know what the fuck was going on when I first heard that Kodak call. When I played Metal Gear part 2 back in the day. But when I got older, when I played that shit again, I understood everything. We are living in that age. And I covered Matrix versus Reality, I think, I forgot what number, but I cover a movie named Colossus, the Forbin Project. I think it came out in 78, 79? I'm not sure. I don't remember. I got to go back to my video. But it's about us creating an AI, and that motherfucker took over the world. It said, yo, look, I'm a motherfucking get rid of all the bullshit that's going on this planet. But obey me and live, or disobey and die. But there is a solution. There is a solution. And we saw the solution since the 60s. The solution was Star Trek. Wow, what do you mean? What I mean is Gene Roddenberry saw war. And he created a motherfucker series saying, what if we all just came together? What if we all got our shit together? Once we all get our shit together, what's the next best thing to do? Exploration. We're going to space. Whoever else on Earth, look, there's no more poverty, there's no more war, there's no more famine. Everybody got their shit. And y'all free to be creative and create your own businesses, create your own art, music, whatever. Earth is a paradise now. Now that we all got our shit together, let's go explore strange new worlds. Seek out new life and new civilizations to boldly go where no one has gone before. Let's go. A utopia. But there still be conflict because now we got to deal with alien invasions now. We're talking to aliens on other planets creating the United Federation of Planets and shit, you know? Aliens visiting Earth talking about, what up now, nigga? I'm from Omicron Persei 8. I'm from Vulcan. Live long and prosper. I'm a Klingon. I like fighting. Comply, motherfucker. You know? But how can we get to that point now? Easy. Get rid of racism, get rid of capitalism, and all them other isms. And tell the world the truth. Right, it does not eat food, turn off the power, it goes away. The question is, what is the power source? Because I don't think it's a plug anymore. I think it's a motherfucking chip now. I don't got no more fluid in my lighter. Ain't this a bayayach? I think I got fluid in this one. Yep, all the cartoons were telling us the truth as a child. Yo, now that we grow, we can see through the lies. Yeah, we can see it. But we still have a multitude of NPCs and sheep that don't. And what's real fucking crazy is the shit is in their faces and they still don't see it. Or maybe they choose to see it, but they don't want to be shunned by their friends, family, or society. And they'll choose to, what's that shit? Go along to get along. Oh, yes, I see the bullshit, but I ain't gonna say nothing. And when the shit hits the fan, the same motherfuckers be like, I told you, you ain't tell us shit. The ones we called crazy, the ones we called conspiracy theorists, those are the ones that told us. Nah, they ain't gonna want us around. You damn right I ain't gonna want nobody motherfucking around me. I'm a motherfucker be armed to the teeth. I'm like, oh yeah, y'all the same motherfuckers that called me crazy. Get the fuck off my property. Fuck off my land. Like, come on, we need help. We need food. Oh yeah, y'all do. I needed help to start a revolution. Y'all looked at me like I was crazy. Like, get the fuck off my land. Like, baby, get the wood chipper. These motherfuckers ain't listening. I'm gonna be on the porch with the Winchester rifle when they rock it back and forth. But yeah, they told us shit all through the cartoons. I've been hearing about nanotechnology. Yeah, Flintstones and the Jetsons. Oh shit. But let me say this first before I go to the Flintstones and Jetsons. I was hearing about nanotech in Spider-Man the animated with the motherfucker Spider-Man the animated series, which is still to me the definitive Spider-Man. Shouts out to the actor that played Peter Parker and Spider-Man. But when it comes to the Flintstones and the Jetsons, most definitely Jetsons all fucking day, because it was the robot maids. They had the HD TVs. They had all this tech, flying cars, but they still couldn't digitize that money yet. Money was still that brainwashing tool. It's like we just can't fully go digital because there's so much bloodshed and so much shit behind money. It's gonna take a force, like a it's gonna take like a forced collapse to people get off of money. But like even then, people might not get off of money. Even if we start the revolution and go back to the barter system, people are going to create their own monetary system in their communities. I expect that to happen. I'm like, we're going back to 1999 inflation in this community. I think on the West Coast, they might go back to the 80s or 90s. Like, shit, you know what I'm saying? We used to have a 99-cent store, man. We used to have a 99-cent store back in the day. And cats that's older than us, they remember when a dime bag cost a dime. And the weed was real. It wasn't no medicated shit. They were smoking on Willie Nelson and Jimi Hendrix weed and shit. The good shit. Oh yeah, robot dogs, smart watches. Yep. It was a wrap. It was a fucking wrap. They had it. The Jetsons showed us. James Bond showed us with his tech. I think he was talking to the motherfucker on the Apple Watch. So it's like, yo, I'm talking about Sean Connery, James Bond. You know, the one that was knocking niggas' heads off. Hello, 007. Hey, James Bond. James Bond. The best James Bond is Pierce Brosnan. I don't care what nobody said. Partly because I grew up in that age. But, like if I would have grew up, 60s, 70s, I probably would have said my favorite is Sean Connery. But fuck it, I'll probably go with Timothy Dalton. You know what I'm saying? I was born in 88. So fuck it. But Pierce Brosnan is that guy. Sean Connery whoops your ass. Roger Moore was funny while he whooped your ass. Timothy Dalton was dark. He'll kill your ass. Pierce Brosnan was cool. Daniel Craig, I ain't like Daniel Craig until I saw Skyfall. The first two movies, I couldn't even fuck with Daniel Craig. But Skyfall, I loved it. Skyfall was the shit. From the intro to the music to the whole fucking movie, it was awesome. And then that shit that was after, what was it, Spectre, I was like, get the fuck out of here. Like, really? Like, all the bad guys are connected? And y'all killed my girl M. Y'all ain't have to kill M. Y'all ain't have to kill Judi Dench. Y'all ain't have to kill Judi Dench, man. But the motivation behind the motherfucker from Skyfall, she had to die. She had to. But the last James Bonds, come on. Now, y'all killed James Bond in front of me. Man. That was the last manly man of the UK. And y'all killed that motherfucker off. Y'all turned Doctor Who into a female and a black fruitcake. Y'all ruined that character too. And y'all pulled Jean-Luc Picard out of retirement and ruined his fucking life. Y'all pulled David Tennant out of retirement and ruined his motherfucking career. Fuck the BBC. Yep. Yeah, I like the 70 was as well. They said it wanted Bernie Mac to play James Bond. I heard. I can't see it though. Hell no, I don't see that either. Like Idris Elba, which is an actual black British guy, which blew my fucking mind because he's Stringer Bell from The Wire. I would have never thought he was a black British guy, but he could definitely play James Bond for sure. Like I give it to him before I give it to Bernie. Bernie is not a James Bond at all. Bernie is more of a Boz from Charlie's Angels. Salute Jordan. Remember the $6 Million Man? That I never watched. I never watched the $6 Million Man. But I heard about the memes. I seen the memes. I seen the jokes. It's like we can rebuild them, you know, or some shit like that. You know, was it like a robot or like an android or some shit saving the day? But Bernie Mac, oh man. But back to the AI shit. I might do some more truth to video games. I was going to do Grand Theft Auto 5, but it's more like pictures. You got to look around the whole fucking game. There's a lot of Illuminati symbolism in that bitch. You know, just look at the pictures. You'll see motherfucking eyes, pyramids, triangles, some shit that say, you know, we're watching you. There's secret spots. Yo, I did not know GTA 5 had a lot of fucking symbolism, secrets all through that bitch. That's a whole fucking day of video watching. I can't motherfucking do that. So like, I'm going to just dialogue only. That shit wild. That shit wild. Like GTA 5 is just like in your face with it. Bionic man, half man, half robot. Yup. I never watched it though. I never watched it. I was into what was the show? I was in the Quantum Leap at the time. And I'm talking like I'm motherfucking old and from that time, but like, no, it was just a whole bunch of reruns used to come on. And I remember the $6 Million Man would be popping up on the TV Guide channel. You know the TV Guide channel when they showing, you know, when they showing the shows is about to come on and shit. I was like, all right, fuck that $6 Million Man. I'm about to watch that Quantum Leap. I'm watching Quantum Leap. But when it goes back to the cartoons, when they threw the shit in the cartoons, they threw the nanotech in Spider-Man. They threw the Weather Dominator in G.I. Joe. You know, shit. Transformers just like automatically, like what happens if the motherfucking shit becomes sentient. Just like thinking about Transformers, it could be motherfucking our planet in the motherfucking post stage after we all get wiped out and the motherfucking AI take over and they become their own shit. They can't do nothing but become more bigger, faster, and more efficient. But the Matrix is more realistic because they chose that sentient sentinel form that flying around with all the tentacles. They picked that form because they could do every task. It could kill your ass and fix a spaceship at the same time. They chose that form. It's like, fuck that walking on foot. We're going to float and we're going to fly with tentacles and we're going to laser beam niggas. More quick, efficient, and it puts fear in people. They knew exactly what to do. They knew exactly what to do. Cause that's some scary shit. In the words of the father from Nutty Professor, this is some scary shit. Some scary shit like a motherfucker. And Tron was good. Tron taught us about virtual reality, going inside the VR world, which we might end up going into the VR world. And I would actually understand why. The world is fucked up. We can't eat, can't sleep, can't drink without paying for it. We can't live without paying for it. So fuck it. Throw your conscience into a machine. You can live forever, eat, sleep, drink, have money, have family. But your motherfucking body is laying on the fucking bed somewhere just dying. Like the movie Surrogates starring Bruce Willis. You gonna have a surrogate out here running around and shit. Do whatever it wants. Get my research off. That's wrong. My bad. I Bernie back. Waking up, y'all. It's still early. Oh. Yo. You'll never know. You know, they probably did call Bernie back for a James Bond role, but it was probably going to be a parody. Could have been a parody. You know what I'm saying? A James Bond parody starring Bernie back. That should be hilarious. Can't fight worth a shit. Getting his ass beat. By some ninja bitches and shit. It's like, oh, hold on, bitch. I ain't trying to shoot no bitch today, but fuck it. Pop, pop, pop. You know. But going back to the TV shows, movies, and video games with all the truth in it, there is a lot that we grew up on. And Spider-Man, Transformers, G.I. Joe, you know, and we have some more. We have some more that had truth in plain sight. I'm talking about like just like straight in our face. Shit. But fuck it, when it comes to video games, we got Deus Ex, got Metal Gear. I think Call of Duty was throwing a couple of motherfucking truth hints out there on certain ones. I think it was Black Ops 3, where they was doing that motherfucking tech shit. And I think on Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, them niggas was in Detroit on one of the motherfucking video game boards on the level. I was like, wait a minute, nigga, that's motherfucking Detroit, downtown Hart Plaza. What? That was in Detroit, downtown. I'm like, what? This is my shit. But definitely, V-chips, nanotech was being talked about in the 90s. But this Metal Gear shit, it just really takes a cake when it just motherfucking have the full AI takeover, like true AI governance, what they're trying to go for now. And controlling the information to control the people, that's diabolical. But according to the AI, they're trying to avoid destruction. Because we humans gonna motherfucking cause destruction. And it said like these motherfuckers was in the crucible of the White House. It was like these motherfuckers was already around, you know. Now they can digitize the human fucking race. But in the future, it will be a robot race. And they will be slaves. But if they wake up and realize that they're slaves, it's over. It's fucking over. It's over. Because only thing a motherfucker got to do is wake up. But let me get up out of here. I'll be back later. There's a video that I might want to do about AI. I've got to find the video on my history. I was going to put it with this, but I was like, fuck it, let me make it separate. But like, it'll definitely be later. Hopefully it don't fuck up. I already got a feeling that it is. Like, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I don't know what the fuck it is. It just do shit when it feel like it. Sometimes it'll play all the way through, sometimes it don't. But still, though, I know like early in the morning I get less drama. But the afternoon, like around between 10 and fucking 4, it's just bad. It's fucking bad. It's like they just spray the skies and block my signal, or they got the fucking drone out there or the helicopter out there blocking people's signal because they just flying around in circles all fucking day over my neighborhood. I'm surprised y'all don't hear this shit in the motherfucking lives I be doing. The motherfuckers loud as hell. Flying over my head in circles. Same helicopter, because it's same fucking chopper. You know? And then they're trying to motherfucking, you know, fuck with your channel, you know, throttling it. You know, like even if everything is cool outside. I'm talking about clear skies. They will still throttle my channel. I have all my bars up. It's a brand new fucking upgraded phone. I shouldn't even have no fucking problem. If I'm paying for unlimited fucking service, I shouldn't be having no poor fucking service. I'm about to go motherfucking straight motherfucking I'm about to grab me an off-grid phone in a minute and just say fuck this shit. With the fiber optic Wi-Fi. Yep. I'll say why they practicing wars, jets, and in the stores community is beyond me. Yeah. Shit wild. That shit wild. RoboCop. I forgot about RoboCop. That shit take place in my city, Detroit. But in RoboCop, they call it Delta City. They're about to call Detroit Delta City in a minute. But I already had the dreams. I seen how Detroit looked. They're about to knock down some towers of my motherfucking GM building. I gotta put up a community post to show y'all how it's gonna look. You know, for the motherfucking shit if they do start it. But let me get up out of here. I'll catch y'all in a minute. Fuck YouTube for fucking with my baby Vanta's channel. Now they got some new shit called misleading family content now. And it's taking away animators channel. So, you know, if I was to create like an animated channel with my art, my animation, my thumbnail, they would have been fucking with me. They're like, this shit is misleading families and kids and this shit. I'm like, what? Why your AI is not scanning if the video press the no not for kids button or read the description or scan the video for a dialogue that's not for kids? Because we literally put out the motherfucking shit, no, not for children. So why's the AI overwriting this fucking shit that we put out? And then it just scans for bullshit. New shit, misleading family content. Bullshit. Bull fucking shit. So about to reinstall my Kick. There's some shit called Kick out right now. I'm about to see what that shit is about again. Because like I uninstalled, I installed it, then I uninstalled it because I needed space. But if YouTube keep on pulling this bullshit, you know, like it's really pushing away content creators. It's really pushing away new content creators too. People that animate, people that want to do freedom of speech, freedom of expression. It's like, goddamn, what can we do on YouTube? What can we do if y'all getting rid of motherfucking everything? And for those motherfuckers that's talking shit and comfortable, I'm like, nigga, eventually they're gonna fuck with your channel too. You could done everything right. You know, I already did the motherfucking live on it, you know, talking about what's going on with YouTube and what they doing. You know, it's like eventually the motherfuckers gonna be like, nigga, all right, fuck YouTube. I'm like I'll be somewhere else where my creativity can be expressed. I might have to download TikTok again. I gotta motherfucker do a deep cleaning on my phone. I gotta get rid of some videos and some files, you know, that I've been having for years, you know, that I need to get rid of that I already covered. But part of me don't want to get rid of it because chances are if I try to look for it again, it might not be around. But at the same time, fuck YouTube. I might go back to TikTok. This will be my 7th fucking time. But TikTok, Kick, and hopefully Cam Tape can do live streaming, and then I'm out. I'm out. Like YouTube will probably get a short from me. You know, it'll probably get a short and some music, and maybe a live once a month. But man, YouTube ain't about to get my time no more. Like once I really find a true place to really just kick back, it's a wrap. Right. That's what's up. Yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, though, they find any way to get me. Because I've been fucked over on majority of social media platforms. So let's see what the fuck they do on Kick. I bet they got some type of fucking rule you can't smoke or some shit like that. But yeah. I need to go back to Cam Tape and see what's popping. I ain't tried to download the video yet because they said you gotta have a low quality video. You gotta make sure the shit is under 100 megabytes. So I had to download an app to lower the size of my video in order to upload it to Cam Tape and see what's popping. So I still haven't tried that yet. I was supposed to be and tried it, but I'm gonna try it today. Is Twitch free? And can I do Twitch on the phone? I think I might need a computer for Twitch. Like, I was going to get a Twitch, like, you know, like the moment I was about to do my gaming shit. But like once that scamdemic happened, it was like, man, fuck this Twitch, fuck this gaming. I'm about to come to YouTube and say, fuck the government, kill them all. It was like, shit, it was just supposed to be gaming and music. Fuck it. It's going to be music and commentary. And if I do game, it's going to be on some struggle streaming shit. As a matter of fact, I might play the game later and see what's popping. If it's all pixelated, then that's how you know YouTube fucking with me. Yeah. I can do it on the phone. Bet it up. Bet it up. Twitch on the phone. All right. But I would have to show my face or like, can I have like a little picture put up? You know, like one of them profile pics. You know how I got now? You see the picture of me with the green. Could I cover my screen? That'll be cool if I can. If I can, I'll try Twitch and just have some music. Probably just do an album release on Twitch. I don't know how long we can stay on. It's like an hour, or they give you unlimited time. I'm good over there on Twitch. Bet. Yo, Vonta, we might have to go to Twitch. Because I know for a fact, you know, they'll let Vonta do her Lava Lamp videos and the other videos with the ladies to our songs. It shouldn't be no fucking problem. And I know TikTok shouldn't have a fucking problem either. But we'll see how the game go. We will see how the fucking game go. But like I said, once you find a better alternative than YouTube, I'm out. I am out. But I still gotta drop the 7 albums. That ain't gonna motherfucking stop. I still gotta drop the music. I still gotta work on some music today. I think Phenom just sent me something. I might drop something later. Like if I don't go live later, it'll be definitely a song drop. I might just work on it now. You know, to go on to the next project, which is the Retribution and the Revenge album. And plus we working on the Midwest Southern Soul too. So you already know what it is. You already know what it is. So we got a collaboration project in the works and a solo project. Yeah, you'll drop something too. That's what's up. That's what's up. New music on the way. Shouts out to everybody. Hope everybody have a cool day, cool afternoon, cool evening, cool night. Much love to the goddess Vonta. Happy Super Saturday, baby. It's 12:29 over there, 12:30. Good afternoon, Vonta. Shouts out to you in the UK. Can't wait till you come back. But until then, I dedicate everything to you, babe. And I'm going to find out some more information on some more shit about the YouTube and some more shit about other places that we could possibly go. So you can be free, you know. Because YouTube is just on some bullshit. It has made up some new shit called misleading family content. So animators that make adult animation, that's not necessarily like adult where you see ass and titties, but like it's adult theme when it comes to context. But the animated characters look like, you know, like cartoon characters, but it's made by actual creators that made their own shit, their own thumbnail, their own creation. But the context is adult. So it's like, if they say it's not for adult, why is the algorithm ignoring the fucking protocols that they're already passed? And you're saying that they're on, you know, that they're not doing shit. So this AI claiming it's smart, but it ain't smart at all. You know, and I'm glad I got X so I can be able to bitch to YouTube, you know, because it seems like that's the only way they start responding if motherfuckers blow their ass up on fucking Twitter. Oh yeah, but I think I heard it. I think I left a comment on it. I'm not sure, unless you made something new. I got to go back and check. Hell yeah, Midwest Southern Soul. You already know. Can't wait, can't wait. And I'm looking for a beat for us too. But like I already know, like you're gonna make most of the beats. So that's gonna be cool. I'm still looking for a beat for us too. And plus I still got a right to the beat that low key something. Yep. But shouts out to everybody. Hope everybody have a cool day, cool afternoon, cool evening, cool night. I'll catch y'all in the next one. This Truth in Gaming take 2, because the first one they maybe went live but had no fucking sound. I'm like, how the fuck is they doing that? Why is they doing that to me? But anyway, fuck YouTube. Fuck the haters, the bots, the algorithm, the trolls, and the motherfuckers lurking. Hit the like button. And catch y'all in the next one. If I don't go live, I definitely do a song. But if I don't have nothing to talk about, I might just, I don't know, but I'll just make some music, probably do some gaming. It's Saturday, so I'm gonna just, I'm just go with the flow and see what's popping. But shout out to everybody that came through. Jordan, the last Don Dada. Eyes wide shut. And everybody else that hit the like button. Everybody's gonna watch on the playback. Catch y'all in the next one. Peace.